safety and security, and most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the valor of our braves. It's phase 3 of the elections. On Tuesday, the 7th of May, major political controversy erupting right on the eve of these polls. Former Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, his remarks have stirred a political debate. And not just Charanjit Channi, but RJD leader Tej Pratap Singh and Maharashtra Congress leader Vijay Wadettiwar, all speaking in similar tunes and tones, from questioning forces to linking the timing of the strikes in Poonch, and more importantly, literally giving clean chit to Pak terror with respect to 26/11, the death of Hemant Karkare. A neighbor obsessed with bleeding Bharat with 1,000 cuts is being allowed to get away with cold-blooded murder and terror-driven proxy war just because some political leaders believe it's okay. If it helps us politically, let's go ahead and say this and then retract saying, oh, we never meant this. Sample this. Former Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Channi stating that Poonch attack was pre-planned pole stunt of the current disposition. An Air Force personnel is martyred, 4 are injured, battling for life, and they believe it's a political stunt. The sketches of the accused have been released. A 20 lakh bounty has been declared overnight to nab these people. Searches are going on across the Poonch area, and Channi believes it's a political stunt. He then retracted, tried to clarify, etc., and said the attacks are stuntbazi. In the sense, the BJP politicizing its stunt party, not terror attacks. Channi then going on to say the attacks like Pulwama and Poonch were orchestrated to benefit the BJP during elections. RJD leader Tej Pratap Singh also echoing the same, that these attacks, like the 45 CRPF Jawans martyred when that convoy was going on the Jammu-Srinagar highway and in that Pulwama region, and this attack in Poonch, these are all orchestrated. Then, Congress leader Vijay Wadettiwar's comment, most controversial, and he said Hemant Karkare was not killed by Kasab, but by a cop, the gun of or the bullet that emanated of a gun of a cop who was loyal to the RSS. And then he goes on to say, I am just citing a book by a former Mumbai police commissioner, whose book was launched in the past in 2012 by Digvijay Singh, where the whole premise is that 26/11 is an RSS sazish. And all of this is par for course, ladies and gentlemen. How can this be par for course? Irrespective of any political party, how can this be par for course? And why no strong action is being taken against such leaders? Some of them, Vijay Wadettiwar, LOP. Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. George Kurian, political analyst with us who backs the Congress party. SP Vaid, former DGP, Jammu and Kashmir. Yogesh Deshpande, advocate. I'm going to start with Yogesh. Namaste and Jai Hind to everybody. I'm going to start with Yogesh Deshpande first up. Yogesh Deshpande, you worked on this entire case. The attempt is to take a jibe at Ujjwal Nikam, a former special public prosecutor, who's now going to fight on the BJP ticket, the Lok Sabha elections. Hemant Karkare, yes. Did he die of a cop loyal to the RSS? Who knows this and where is this certificate? Who's made this statement and is there any merit to this kind of a claim?
Pardon, please?
Hemant Karkare, killed by the gun or the bullet of a cop loyal to the RSS. Is there any merit to such a claim?
इसमें क्या हुआ है कि ऐसा स्टेटमेंट एक पुलिस ऑफिशियल ने, एक्स पुलिस ऑफिशियल ने, जो बहुत ही इररिस्पांसिबली तरीके से किया गया है उनके द्वारा, SM मुशर्रफ, उन्होंने जो बुक में ये जो ऐसे कुछ स्टेटमेंट किए थे कंट्रोवर्शियल, इसको एक बुक बेचने का कंट्रोवर्शियल स्टंट इतना ही देखा जा सकता है, उस पर रिलाय कर नहीं सकते, क्योंकि ये ऐसा रिलाय करना या ऐसे चीजों पे चर्चा करना, ये सरासर न्यायिक प्रक्रिया और संविधान, इन दोनों चीजों का अपमान ऐसा माना जाएगा।
पर क्या कोई ऐसे नहीं, तो हेमंत करकरे को लेकर कोई भी, अगर वो फॉर्मर पुलिस है तो चीफ है, तो कोई भी अपनी किताब में ऐसा लिख सकता है और कोई भी नेता ऐसे बैक कर सकता है।
इसमें कई जगह पे कुछ कंप्लेन भी फाइल हुई है इस विषय में, और ये सब जो है कोर्ट में जो प्रोसेस आई थी, जो तथ्य सामने रखे गए थे, उसमें ऐसा तो कहीं पे भी ये विषय जो आया हुआ है, बुलेट्स मिसमैच है इसके आधार पे कि ये बुलेट किसी पुलिस ऑफिसर ने, जो कि आरएसएस से कनेक्टेड है, ये किस आधार पे कहा गया था। और एसएम मुशर्रफ खुद उस समय पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट में थे, गुड पोस्ट पे थे, वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन इसमें कंडक्ट कर सकते थे। और उस टाइम की जो गवर्नमेंट है, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, इट इज 2008 हुड गवर्नमेंट वाज देयर, इट वाज कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट। सो यहाँ पे किसने रोका था, किसको रोका था कि इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन कंडक्ट करे? इन चीजों पे, सभी पहलुओं पे इन्वेस्टिगेशन थरोली हुआ है और वही उन्हीं तथ्यों के आधार पे उस पे कन्विक्शन हुआ है।
नहीं, पर ये एसएम मुशर्रफ वही तो नहीं जिनकी किताब का विमोचन 2012 में दिग्विजय सिंह जी ने किया था, जिन्होंने कहा 26/11 ही आरएसएस की साजिश है, अजमल खसब के जिंदा पकड़े जाने के बावजूद।
एग्जैक्टली कांग्रेस का आज तक यही रवैया रहा है। कांग्रेस ही स्वयं संविधान विरोधी, देश के न्यायिक तंत्र के विरोधी है। इनका रवैया हर बार से स्पष्ट होता है कि ये हर चीज के प्रूफ मांगे जाते हैं कि ये हल्ला हुआ है बाहर से तो उसका प्रूफ दो, ये कोर्ट में प्रोसीडिंग हुई, फुल फ्लेज कोर्ट की प्रोसीडिंग हुई, उसमें सभी तथ्य सामने लाए गए, उसको क्रॉस किया गया और सभी तथ्यों को पेश करके कन्विक्शन हुआ। कोर्ट ने कन्विक्शन करने के बाद में आप फिर से सवाल उठाते हो कि ये आरएसएस की साजिश है। ये केवल और केवल मूर्खतापूर्ण बात है।
But why are such people allowed to get away? Twin Sinha, what action will be taken against SM Musharraf? He's writing books after books if all his claims are baseless. What action is being taken?
Entirely baseless.
Now, Yogesh Sinha, please yield. Yeah, Twin Sinha.
Namaste, Anand. देखिए, let's come to the larger problem first. The problem over here seems to be that Congress is coping with an acute problem of low self-esteem. And the comments of Vijay Wadetiwar, Channi, and Shashi Tharoor, in fact, backing Wadetiwar, have to be taken together. It seems that the infinite failures of the Congress party have made them so cynical about Bharat that today their hatred for Modi ji has become a hatred for Bharat. That's point number one. Now the thing is, obviously, very few people read such books because such books are, absolutely fictitious. So one doesn't know in what context he has written. One doesn't know if it's a conjecture that he has, suggested in his book or whether he has based it on facts. But fact is that if Vijay Wadetiwar, if Chennai continue to make these statements during the elections, Rahul Gandhi is accountable. He needs to come forth and he needs to explain if that is the stand of the Congress party. Because Vijay Wadetiwar is the leader of Congress party in the Maharashtra Assembly. Channi is an ex-chief minister. These are not, wannabe leaders. These are not sidey leaders who are making the statements. And Tharoor, when he backs Wadetiwar, Tharoor, by the way, has also written an article in a foreign publication which mentions Kashmir as India-administered Kashmir. These are very mischievous acts of the Congress party, and they only make us believe that we are right when we say that Congress is fundamentally today a Naxal, pro-Naxal party. It is fundamentally against the ethos of India.
So was 26/11 also conducted just ahead of 2009 elections, George Kurian? If somebody were to say something like that, what would you say? What would you do to that person?
Good evening, Anand. Good evening to my co-panelists and to your audience. Let me begin by saying that, giving too much importance to Vijay Wadetiwar's remarks and for statements is really uncalled for, because it doesn't have any substance or any merit to the entire thing. But he's just referring to a book written by Musharraf. So let us not get into that. And this is not going to make much of a difference as far as electoral.
No, but when he makes a reference, sir, he is leader opposition in Maharashtra. He's leader opposition. He's one of the senior most leaders currently in the current Congress talk in Maharashtra. He's leader opposition. If you say that he's immaterial, that means he should not be leader opposition in Maharashtra then, sir. And,
I agree.
And if he's quoting a book like that, that means he's endorsing what that book is saying, no?
It necessarily doesn't mean that he's endorsing. He's just saying he's just quoted it. But having said that, because I strongly believe that it's doing more damage than good to the Congress party at this point in time. It is only giving ammunition to the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's the reason we are having this debate at this point in time. So this will not do much good for the Congress party as far as electoral politics is concerned. We all are aware that in 2008, back in 2008, how things unfolded, and we have seen so many lives more than 175 people died, 300 injured, the entire thing. It lasted for 4 days and things like that. I don't want to go into the merits of the entire case. Finally, what has happened is Kasab was also convicted and he was hanged in Pune. And so I strongly believe that this statements coming from be it Channi or Vijay Vaditiwar, they are seasoned politicians. They should understand the seriousness of everything, and they should speak.
No, so do you or do you not believe, sir? Digvijay Singh launched a book by S.M. Mushrif in 2012 which said 2611 is an RSS sazish. So how would you describe Mr. Digvijay Singh? Charanjit Channi today said that the Poonch attack is a political stunt done ahead of the elections. We are all 2 phases done. The 3rd phase is about to happen. Poonch Rajouri is not going to the polls. Poonch Rajouri is already done. And then he says that this is being done for the elections. So the Pulwama attack in February was also done for elections.
Anand, you're aware that Digvijay Singh has been given a free hand by the Congress party. He is free to talk. He is free to put forward his opinion and views. And in the past also, you have seen when he had asked for proof about surgical strikes, Rahul Gandhi has commented that don't give too much importance to Digvijay Singh. That's the way he functions. So having said that, I strongly believe that this kind of new statement is really uncalled for. At this point in time, we are in the midst of the election. Third phase of election is tomorrow. So we want to fight the election on fair and on
whether it is called for or uncalled for.
Manifesto.
Do you agree with such statements? Is what I'm asking you, sir. Do you? So what
Not
action
at all.
is
It goes without saying.
No.
Not
So
at all.
what
Not
action
at
are
all.
you going to take? What, sir? One is an LOP. One is a former chief minister. A third one is your alliance partner's elder brother. That's what that Tej Pratap Singh. The fourth is a former diplomat who's your candidate in Thiruvananthapuram. These are all seasoned politicians, right?
Anand, their statements don't make much importance and it doesn't stand in the court of law. So just
Then you should sack them.
Irrelevant statements. These are irrelevant. These are their opinions, their views.
You sack them.
They are giving ammunition to Bharatiya Janata Party. That's why Tuin Sinha is today questioning the Congress Party on this debate.
Anand, can I make a point?
Yes, Tuin Sinha.
Who is more insignificant and unauthorized? I'm sorry, but is it an unauthorized Congress spokesman over here, or is Shashi Tharoor irrelevant? He's saying Shashi Tharoor is irrelevant. The leader of the Congress party in Maharashtra is irrelevant. An ex-CM of Punjab is irrelevant. What are you saying? In that case, you should take action. You should ask them. I mean, everybody is irrelevant, which only means that the Congress party is irrelevant.
So I'm sure that the Congress party has taken cognizance and an appropriate action will be taken.
No, please try to understand. These are not. I had emphasized these are not wannabe leaders. An ex-CM, the present leader of the party in the assembly, Maharashtra Assembly. These are very important leaders, and when they utter something, it is construed that they are officially, that is the official line of the Congress party. If you cannot hold them responsible, if you cannot sack them, then by default you are making the country believe that is what the Congress party stands for.
Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, had condemned the incident, so they are not seconding Shashi Tharoor or for that matter Channi or Vijay Vaditiwar. So be rest assured, Congress party has got nothing to do with this. They are their personal opinion and views.
George Kurian, you're the first. George Kurian, you're the first person today who's a Congress supporter, Congress member who's saying this. Has the Congress party released an official statement? Have they openly sent a show cause notice or a keep your pin drop silence or finger on your lips kind of a message across to these people? No. Even in their clarification, sir, it is so hollow. They don't even we'll play. If we play out the Channi clarification, it's worse than the comment. If you play out the Vadatiwar clarification, it's worse than the comment. But the simple question is that these are people who are standing there and espousing a thought process or a thought continuum that is on since 2009-10 and 2012. This is a continuum which continues to exist over a dozen number of years, if not more. That's the concern, sir, and that concern, and that's being allowed. That's being allowed to flourish. Why is a question. Sheshpal Vaid is also with us, and we also have Atikur Rahman with us at this point. Vaid Saab, namaste. Thank you for your time. Let me first ask you, Ji. Air Force convoy is attacked in Poonch. एंड ये चुनावी पॉलिटिकल स्टंट कहा जाता है, सम नेताज कॉल इट, एंड दे से इट इज सिमिलर टू पुलवामा.
Good evening, Anandji. It's so painful to listen to such statements. You, by making such statements, you are giving a false narrative to Pakistan. Everyone in the world knows, including all of us, that Pakistan is unleashing this terror, whether it is Rajouri Poonch or Jammu and Kashmir, arrest of India, Mumbai attack, and statements coming from such senior leaders like Shashi Tharoor, who contested president's election for Congress, and another is he was a chief minister of most sensitive state like Punjab, a border state. The third person is leader of Congress in the Maharashtra Assembly. What unfortunate that political people from the Congress party making such statements, and look at how much damage it causes to the national security. This is what is quoted by Pakistan in international forums. Such statements give cover fire to Pakistan. Very, very unfortunate, and it is so demoralizing to the security forces. Very, very. You play politics, but don't demean the sacrifice of security forces. That is my appeal to these political leaders.
Is there an ulterior motive in this? Not just giving a clean sheet to Pakistan, but trying to hope that Muslims in Bharat will vote for the Congress party if leaders make such utterances, Vaid Sahab. And if that's the case, what a big insult to Muslims in Bharat.
It is an insult. In fact, we have Mr. Atikur Rahman here. He can speak on behalf of Muslims, but as I know my Muslim brothers in this country, I don't think they get appeased by such statements. I don't think. A vast majority of them, excepting few hardliners, I don't think they would welcome such a statement. In fact, it is so damaging. All of us want a good opposition in this country, but statements like this, I think it damages not only the national security, it damages the Congress party's reputation amongst the people.
Atikur Rahman, namaste.
Namaskar. Anand, thank you, Mr. Ved. Anand, with due regards to all our security forces and with all condemnation of the politicization of such actions and such behavior by the political party, I condemn this. The things remain is what is relevant today is, so far, the wife of Shahid Hemant Karkare, she had filed number of hundreds of, I suppose, RTI, but she has not got a valid reason regarding all her RTI. Secondly, the case of Pragya Thakur and the BJP supporting her, taking her to the parliament as a member of parliament, this creates a very, very large doubt in the minds of the people of India. I am not speaking on behalf of Muslims alone. Muslims are not going to vote this time along any of these caste or communal or class lines. We will be voting only on grounds of education and employment. As far as this particular subject is concerned, Anand, we need to answer the questions of the people of India, that such a great leader, such a great humanitarian, Hemant Karkare ji, how he was eliminated in such ugly fashion. Has the government ever come out with a very relevant reason and a line that under what circumstances he was killed? Is it not a fact that he was having all the evidences against Pragya Thakur also and the other accused also, as far as the Malegaon blast case is concerned?
But you are asking, at that time in 2009 when Hemant Karkare was martyred, who was in power both in Maharashtra and at the centre? From 2009 to 2014, how many years and how many RTIs were filed at that time and how many questions were answered? The same leaders today are turning around and pointing fingers at the same special public prosecutor who got the statements of David Coleman Headley and ensured that Ajmal Kasab was fairly tried and also with all proof. The same political party leaders today, because he's decided to fight on a Lok Sabha ticket. Now, who should we ask the questions of, Atikur Rahman?
Anand, that's why I condemn the politicization. All political parties are responsible for this. And as far as this serious subject of terrorism goes, at least our meaningless political leaders have any regard for any laws in India. They should at least not intermingle in this. And the most important aspect I am talking of, Anand, is the people's, aspirations as far as such a great security force leader, Hemant Karkare ji, why the questions are hidden, why the BJP supports a terror accused, makes her a member of parliament, and Ujjwal Nikam also, he is also responsible. He should have simply denied a ticket. He is at a position,
but who are you to tell Ujjwal Nikam who he should fight for and who he should not? So if an Ujjwal Nikam had fought on a Congress ticket, you were all right, but if he fights on a BJP ticket, he's wrong. On a Congress ticket, he was special public prosecutor under the Congress when the Congress was in power there. No, that's your own political bias that comes into play. But you have made an allegation, and let Yogesh Deshpande and Tuhin Sinha answer that. Yogesh Deshpande, आरोप ये है कि आरएसएस ने हेमंत करकरे को मरवाया क्योंकि उनके पास वो प्रज्ञा ठाकुर का इन्वेस्टिगेशन लीड कर रहे थे. And how does it link to the BJP? Because the BJP fielded Pragya Thakur and she got elected and won by more than 2.5 lakh votes. She was elected. The people voted for her from her constituency. She's not got a ticket this time around, but she did get a ticket the last time. Yes, Yogesh Deshpande, please respond. Hemant Karkare was investigating a lot of the cases with respect to what the Congress has called Bhagwa Atankwad or saffron terror.
Definitely. Mr. Atikur Rahman are deliberately mixing two cases. That both cases were separate. Malegaon case is still going on, and that Kasab case is over now. So that both cases are very different in nature. दोनों केस का एक दूसरे से कोई इतना ही कनेक्शन था कि एक हेमंत करकरे जी उसमें आयो थे, इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिसर थे, एटीएस चीफ थे उस टाइम पे, इन्वेस्टिगेशन ऑफिसर नहीं थे, एटीएस चीफ थे उस टाइम पे. तो इतना ही कनेक्शन था. इतने कनेक्शन के आधार पे इस तरह की बयानबाजी करना ये काफी निंदनीय है कि किसी चीज के लिए कि वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे थे इसलिए उनको मरवाया, और उसकी पुष्टि करने के लिए जो बुलेट का दाखला दिया जाता है. ऐसा है कि इन्होंने कुछ किताब में कुछ ये भी नेम्स भी मेंशन किए हैं, इनके जो पुलिस सहकर्मी थे उस टाइम पे उनके भी कुछ नाम लिए हैं जो कि बेसलेस है, जिनके स्टेटमेंट कोर्ट में हुए हैं. कोर्ट उसके आधार पे कोर्ट ने ये मैटर डिसाइड किया हुआ है. ऐसा होने के बावजूद इस तरह की बयानबाजी करना ये इररिस्पॉन्सिबल ही नहीं, ये डेलिबरेट है. किसी और को फायदा देने के लिए इस तरह की बयानबाजी की जाती है, ऐसा इन चीजों में से ध्यान में आता है. और अतीकुर रहमान जी ने जो मुद्दा लिया था तो वो कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट है. प्रज्ञा ठाकुर का केस तो अभी भी चल रहा है, दैट इज अनदर इशू. उसका इन चीजों से आज का जो विषय है कि आरएसएस ने मरवाया है या नहीं, इस चीज से कुछ संबंध है ही नहीं. और आरएसएस का जहां तक संबंध है तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी को लीड उस टाइम पे कौन कर रहा था? गवर्नमेंट स्टेट में और सेंट्रल में किसकी थी? बहुत जगह पे कांग्रेस की गवर्नमेंट थी. स्पेशल पीपी का अपॉइंटमेंट कैसे होता है, शायद से अतीकुर रहमान सर को प्रोसीजर पता भी होगा कि स्पेशल पीपी का अपॉइंटमेंट गवर्नमेंट की ओर से होता है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की ओर से होता है. तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने उनको केस दिया था, उन्होंने वो अच्छी तरह से लीड किया. उसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन का पार्ट स्पेशल पीपी नहीं करते हैं, वो तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन एजेंसी करती है. जिस एजेंसी के पास इन्वेस्टिगेशन था उन्होंने वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन कोर्ट में एसपीपी के थ्रू, स्पेशल प्रोसिक्यूटर के थ्रू प्रेजेंट किया. अब इतना ही इनका रोल था. तो उस रोल के लिए इन्होंने जो तथ्य छुपाए हैं, दिखाए हैं, किए हैं, जो तथ्य एसपीपी के सामने रखे जाते हैं इन्वेस्टिगेशन में और जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स कोर्ट में सबमिट किए जाते हैं वो प्रेजेंट करना, इतना ही काम एसपीपी का है. ना कि वहां पे उसको कुछ फैक्ट फाइंडिंग करके नया कुछ खोज के निकालना जो एजेंसी ने दिया हुआ नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ नया लाना या कोई चीज को छुपाना या बढ़ाना, ये एसपीपी का काम नहीं है.
Done. So it's not the job of the special public. So there is a lot of convolution, lot of hyperbole that's being added. But Tuhin Sinha, this entire rhetoric has been going on for more than 12 years. Around Hemant Karkare, around 2611 being an RSS plot, and then around Pulwama, and now Poonch.
Anand, as far as we are concerned, we don't have an iota of doubt that Hemant Karkare was killed by Pakistani terrorists. It is the Congress party which conveniently, rakes up these mischievous comments from time to time. But look at, I want to be very blunt over here. At the core of these Congress statements, is an undying infatuation for Pakistan. Somehow they can't grow out of shielding Pakistan. In fact, if you look at both the statements, what is the core objective of these statements? Is to whitewash the culpability of Pakistan. Now, why does Congress need to do that? That is something they need to answer. But these are not the only cases where Congress party has tried to embarrass the country at the expense of Pakistan. They have questioned Balakot strikes. Digvijay Singh on a clubhouse chat after the abrogation of Article 370 was promising Pakistani journalists that let us come back to power, we will, reinstall Article 370. Now, why do they need to do that? They need to, stop, they need to stop underestimating the Muslim population over here. The Muslim population over here does not get impressed by these stupid antics of the Congress party. I think that is what the Congress party needs to realize.
George Kurian, please
the
respond.
Pakistan angle, Anand, the Pakistan angle has come from the BJP's end. They are giving this statement saying that the Congress party is giving a clean chit to Pakistan. It's not the Congress party which is endorsing these statements. So Shuna should understand what statement are the Bharatiya Janata Party making out of all this entire issue of the remarks that Vijay Wadekar or Channi for that matter has given, or Digvijay for that matter. So the Congress party has not endorsed, neither has Rahul Gandhi endorsed any of these statements, nor does he second these statements. These are their views, personal views that they have kept, which is doing more damage than good to the Congress party and giving ammunition to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Is all I want to say.
No, but only when you come out and say the Congress party does not stand with it, does it become a denial or a distancing. The Congress party officially has not said it, at least not to my knowledge so far. The other thing, Vaid Saab, I want to understand from you, why is this continuous narrative despite the fact that the bomber, the Dar, that kid, the person who actually drove the car, his antecedents have been drawn, why he did it and his links have been drawn. The person who masterminded it, the person who actually drew the explosives together, put it together, has been neutralized. Their connections have been directly linked to the Pakistanis and the Jaish. That's the reason why Balakot happened. All of this has passed on. There is open admission that Balakot was bombed and there were more than 300 jihadis who have been neutralized there. All of this is documented. But still, why? Why is it that this continues to be parroted and this line needs to be pushed by voices within the opposition and to try and sow seeds of doubt? क्या अगर सरकार जी
आनंद जी ऐसा है कि the detailed investigation was done by NIA and the challan was produced in the court. How Adil was roped in, who was the mastermind, where did the explosive come from, where was the car hired, how all this was executed. And I think there should be, after that, there should have been no doubt in anybody's mind how India responded and attacked, in which, as per one estimate, roughly 300 or plus terrorists were killed. So after that, there is no scope for any such narrative giving cover fire to Pakistan. That's why Pakistan also uses such statements in all international fora against India. And it's very unfortunate that we make national security as a political game, blame game in the election period. Only 2 days back, we lost a brave Air Force man in Poonch. We all know it's all Pak-sponsored terror which is going on there. And after that, a statement like this coming that Mr. Modi is doing it, very, very unfortunate. I don't think such statements do anything good for the country.
Well, they actually give ammunition to those who are inimical to our country to say, देखो हमारे घर के अंदर भी ऐसे लोग हैं जो हमारे लिए जो दुश्मन के लिए बैटिंग करेंगे. So this is something which is a problem which needs to be addressed politically. This kind of utterances by senior politicians across the board should not be tolerated by any political party that believes that they are firmly Bharatiya and they are not going to compromise with Bharat's sovereignty, integrity and security. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to request Tuhin Sinha to just stay back. We've just got a